Welcome to another episode of Eating While Broke. I'm your host, Colleen Witt, and today we have special guest Shontay, straight out of Compton. And she is the founder and owner of What a Pickle. What a pickle! She has inspired millions of women across the world to believe in their dreams no matter what their circumstances. So can you explain the ingredients and kind of give me a gist of what we're doing?
So we have a dill pickle. We have some Kool-Aid, cherry, the red kind.
The red kind. Just get the red Kool-Aid packets, please.
Some sugar, and we have some now and laters.
Yes. So I am a sugar junkie. Like, I love anything sweet. The sweeter, I probably am addicted to sugar, okay? Like, highly. It's chocolate and sugar. So, seeing this dish, it looks like a fantasy, but it also looks a little scary because there's pickles. There's pickles on the table.
There is pickles on the table.
Yes.
So, growing up, I would always eat this dish. I love pickles, and we started What a Pickle. Mm-hmm. So, you're going to experience something that I grew up eating and turned into a business.
Now, when I think about women in pickles, I think of the stereotype of women being pregnant and, you know, eating pickles or eating ice cream with pickles or what have you. You're saying that this was like your go-to dish as a kid.
Go-to dish. Never pregnant. Of course, when I did get pregnant, I also ate them. But way before I even thought about being pregnant, I was eating pickles.
So you went to the candy store with your parents and you're like, oh, Mom, Dad, I don't want Snickers, but I want a pickle.
A pickle.
And your parents were, I'm sure, like, yes, sure. You can have as many pickles as you want.
Definitely, yeah. When my mom, my grandmother, they kept a jar of pickles in the house because they knew how much I like pickles.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, we have to, before we even dive into this interview, we got to, start the process. Tell me what we're doing. I'm going to stand.
Okay, let's do it.
Here we go. What a pickle. What a pickle I'm in. Do people make what a pickle jokes with you?
They, you know what? No, they don't.
Be like, hey, Shontay, what's up? I'm in one hell of a pickle.
No, they don't. But that's a good one. So back then, when we ate a pickle, we would get this dill pickle right here. So if you want,
I can do it with my hands,
yes.
right?
Okay. Oh, we getting messy today, so don't even worry about it.
Okay.
We got a pickle. We're gonna put it in a bowl.
Okay.
Okay. You got your red Kool-Aid.
My red.
I got my red Kool-Aid.
Okay. We're gonna
open it. Yes.
Okay, here we go.
And then we have our sugar.
We have our sugar.
You want a little bit more sugar? Because you know you like a lot of sugar.
I got sugar.
Okay, you got enough. Good. All right, pour it in there.
Oh, we're pouring the whole packet?
Pour the whole packet.
Oh, dang, maybe I do need sugar. Okay. All right, no, I'm good.
You don't have, okay, yeah.
Here we go.
So if you do want it sweeter, if you think you like it sweeter, you can always add more sugar.
Okay.
So this dish right here is a kind of a preference type. Mm-hmm. So if you want like the sweet, but that tangy that's gonna touch you right here, you can have less sugar.
Lauren's like,
yeah. But if you want it, you know, this way.
Smells good.
Yeah.
Okay. So we mix the sugar and the Kool-Aid in a little dish. So sugar and Kool-Aid in a little dish for all y'all listening. And then we got the pickle in the bowl.
Yes. So you have to bite the pickle first. So you get that pickle taste in your mouth first. You like pickles, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love pickles. I don't love them to the extent of pickle jars. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. That's that. Yeah.
Woo.
So
okay.
After that, you can either. So back in the day, what I used to do. I'm not gonna do it right now. I used to literally put a hole with my finger. But it's okay. So what we're gonna do is just dip it.
Oh, I wanted to do whatever you was about to do.
Okay, we're gonna do that with the now later though.
Okay.
So
yeah. We dip it.
Okay. You see, look at this. Look at that.
Oh, yours looks better. Oh, so we dip the pickle.
At that.
It's all wet and it absorbed all the sugar and the Kool-Aid. All right.
And take a bite. Now, you might not get as much sugar as you want with this bite, but try it.
Ooh.
You need a little bit more sugar.
Ooh. It's so tarty.
Mm-hmm.
This is good. It's extremely tarty. I kind of want to keep dipping it because I do love the sugar.
So this
is like Dip-A-Sticks, but with pickles. I'm over here. Am I supposed to double dip? Can I double dip?
You can double dip. That's
Okay.
your bowl. That's your sugar. That's your
enjoying-
Kool-Aid.
You know what? This is really good. I would have never thought to do this.
Yeah.
Do you think pregnant women have considered this idea?
Definitely. You said I'm going to take another bite. Don't eat too much because we're going to do the now later next.
It's good, but it has that tart.
Okay.
Ooh.
So,
I'm
honestly,
enjoying this. Sorry.
With me, I like mine on the sweeter side like you, right?
Okay.
So I would definitely have more sugar with my Kool-Aid. So even if we would have used like maybe a quarter of the pack or half of the pack, it would have been sweeter. So like I said, it's a preference thing. Some people do it with no sugar. Can you imagine that? No.
Ooh, those are like the people that eat like straight hot sauce.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? Those are the extremists.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. So you want to try it with the now later?
I'm excited. Yes, let's do it.
So we have tropical and we have green apple.
I want the tropical.
All right. I'm going to do green apple. So
I like the reds, the oranges, and the pinks. Okay?
All right. Let's do it.
Okay. So we're
you got to open that now later.
Okay.
So sometimes, depending on, some now layers are softer than others.
Yeah.
This one is pretty hard.
Yeah.
So it might be able to go straight down that middle. Yep. Like that.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're about to get it cracked. Get it in the hole.
Get it in there.
That's because I was eating this like I was going to town like it was Thanksgiving dinner.
All right, so
Okay,
that's fine.
Okay.
So basically, when you put the now later in there, you can't bite that top.
Oh.
But what you're gonna do is you're gonna like suck it a little bit, and you're gonna get.
I think all our listeners are gonna want to watch this episode. Okay, we're gonna suck the pickle.
Yeah,
okay,
suck
okay.
the pickle because this way you're gonna get the pickle taste plus the now later taste.
Okay.
So the other way, of course, we were biting because the Kool-Aid was on there and it was marinating through. We can't bite this big old the now later. So just suck it a little bit.
Ooh, that's a whole different.
That's a
product.
whole different, right? Yes.
They should sell this as a candy. Is this what a pickle is?
So.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is straight candy.
Yes.
This is bomb.
So after you keep doing that a little bit, then you can start biting around the pickle, and then because the lavender is in there,
this is fucking incredible. I could curse. This is freaking incredible. Who would have ever thought? You guys got to do this. Okay, go on.
Yeah. So, as you do it, you just keep pushing it down in there. Eventually, the now later is going to get smaller.
It's getting soft, too.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it's going to get smaller and softer where you'll be able to bite the now later and bite the pickle a little bit at the same time. Don't choke. You're doing a little bit too much sucking. Went down the wrong pipe.
I was sucking that pickle so hard. I sucked it so hard. I'm sorry. It was so good. I was trying to suck and push.
At the same time. So if you want to do a little bit more, if you had, you can get a little bit.
You're up in the game. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
yeah. So you can, get a little bit of your sugar Kool-Aid and put on there as well. And then taste what that's going to.
Yo, honestly, I love this. I got to be careful with my sucking right now. So. Let me get a good.
Yeah, get a little drink.
This is incredible. You did this as a kid?
Almost every day.
Wow.
Almost every day, literally. Before I went to school, it was a store across the street from me. I would go over there, get a pickle, and back then they had the Kool-Aid. It was in a pack, and it already had the sugar with it. So
I know what you're talking about.
It was already sweet. Because, like my mom, if I used to try to sneak some sugar, back then, mom like, I need all my sugar.
Yeah.
So I used to give me a little Ziploc bag, put me a little bit of sugar in there. The Kool-Aid, that's always been like a cool, reasonable price, but that sugar, so I used to just put a little bit, and just sneak on out the house.
And how old were you when this was going on?
I was in about 6th grade, so probably 11, 12, whatever, however old you are.
Did your parents ever try it?
Actually, no. And it's weird because, As I got older and I started What a Pickle, I found out this is a Southern tradition. So it's really popular down south.
Okay.
But like I said, my mom is from Texas. My husband and mom is from Mississippi. But I didn't get it from my mom.
Yeah.
It was just something that I used to do.
Wow. So I would love to ask, when was the last time you ate this dish? I know that you're in, besides, you know.
I always eat it.
Wow, you are a true example of someone that loves their product.
I always eat it.
This is now, if you guys see on the table, we have What a Pickle. She's the founder, owner of What a Pickle. Can I see one of your containers?
Yes.
Cool.
So this is another red one, Tropical Punch.
I'm definitely keeping that one. So you say from 6 years old you've been doing What a Pickle. Now it's a business. This is a full-time business. This is what you do. And you enjoy eating this.
Love it.
Where did it go from this is the snack that I eat on a regular to, you know what, I think my homies would like to buy some of this?
So it was crazy because me and my husband, we were just talking about like starting a business. I really, really wanted to start a business. I had no idea what type of business. I went to school and got a degree in business. But I always thought I was going to have like a daycare or something like that. But we were just talking and I'm like, I want to be at like one of these events, you know, selling something. But what's missing out here?
Yeah.
So we started talking and came up with Pickles. I posted it on, I made one. Like I said, so if you can see, like the product that we make now is already marinated. So you don't have to.
And it's sliced.
And it's sliced. So you don't have to go through this process of getting the sugar, getting the Kool-Aid, putting it on top. So it's already done for you. So I made something like that. I posted it on my Instagram, my personal Instagram, and people was like, "Where you get that pickle from?" I'm like, "I made it." So that just gave me the motivation there. Like, okay, this is missing.
Yeah.
You know. So then we started the business.
Wow. Now I'm curious. Do people just drink the juice?
You can drink the juice. So before,
is it sweet? Is it like Kool-Aid?
It is.
I kind of want to try one right now, but
yeah,
I want to.
You might want
I want
to
try. I want to. We're gonna sample the product before the end. I want to see if I can refill my cup with this. I have a question. Do you guys have the one where you could like do it like dip sticks where you can have the sugar? And you dip it?
No.
Oh, okay.
So they only come like that.
Okay.
But we do have something where we have like it's called our What a Mix. So you can choose different flavors. It comes in a container, and we put the now letters on top.
Ooh.
We put the we crushed up Jolly Ranchers on top. Because I was going to get into that. So not just now letters can go in the middle of this. A Jolly Rancher can go in the middle. A peppermint stick can go in the middle. And it'll give you a totally different taste. And they're all good.
Yeah.
So definitely we have it like that where, you know, you can still get the OG kind of taste. Well, they all still taste like, you know, like how we eating right here. But you can get the now letters on top. And the sour belts on top.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the sour belts.
Sour belts.
You're like every kid. Like, if you have kids?
I do.
I feel like your kids must really
They
enjoy
love Pickles.
You.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
They enjoy you.
Yeah.
They're like, Mom always has a candy on.
Right.
You're like, get out of the candy kitchen.
But the crazy part is, I'm not really a sweet eater, like when it comes to snacks and stuff. But this was always my go-to snack.
So you're with your husband. You're like, honey, boo, I want to start a business. And he's like, well, baby, you've been eating pickles a lot. Maybe there's other people. Like, where does it go from before you get to Instagram and post the idea?
Like you said, we were having the conversation, and I'm like, what about pickles? You know, I was like, I'm about to make me a pickle, you know, and and he was like, we were just talking. And I'm like, I think we can start a pickle business. So I came up with all these names with my name, like Shontay Pickles, and he's like, no, if we're gonna start this, we're about to take it somewhere. So we don't want a Shontay's Pickles. So he came up with What a Pickle.
What a Pickle.
So from that day forward, the event that I wanted to do initially, the first ever event, from seeing people out there and stuff, which was the Taste of Soul, is the first ever event that we did.
And how'd you guys do?
Awesome.
You got
awesome.
Did you guys sell out? Because Taste of Soul is kind of overwhelming. So I would imagine you tried to prepare, and then you were like, we're sold out in about 3 hours.
So the thing is, I had no idea how to prepare for it because all I know is when I went out there, I would see thousands of people.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know how much to prepare. So I over prepare, but I'm like, I'd rather over prepare than sell out.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you know, like selling out, you missing some money.
Yeah.
Because there's some more people that want to come and get some pickles.
Exactly.
So I'm like, I'd rather have more than enough than not enough. So I over prepared. Okay. I did not sell out. But we were giving samples out. We were giving all our business cards. And from then, we still have people that come to our store now that got one from the Taste of Soul.
So where's your store located?
It's in North Long Beach on 67th and Long Beach Boulevard.
And you know how I discovered you guys? You guys are also in Uplift Us Marketplace.
We are, yes.
Hey.
So we do wholesale. We're in Uplift Us Marketplace. We're in a few other locations as well. And we're franchising now. Franchising.
How was that experience?
Oh my goodness, it's an experience that I wasn't looking. I didn't know how everything was gonna go, but it's definitely a little bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
But we're getting through it, Okay. So the process it's a long process because it's a lot of legal stuff that we have to go through. But once we're done with that part, which we are now done with that part, I just can't wait to see. Just every state, every different cities, like it's a What a Pickle right there. It's a What a Pickle right there. So and like it started from this.
Yeah. So looking at your journey to like having What a Pickle, what would you say was like some of the hardest obstacles you had to overcome?
Well, I think makes more than I have a family. So I have 2 kids. I started What a Pickle when my daughter was 9 months old. She's 6 now.
That's very ambitious. I just had I have an 8-month-old.
So you know how hard it can be.
Started when she was 9.
Yes, started.
That's crazy.
Started. And the crazier part is she was kind of our inspiration too because she loved these pickles. So when I first made mine, I did it the old school way with just putting it on top, biting it. And she kept asking for it, And I'm like, you can't have all this sweet. So I put it in the refrigerator. And as it's sitting there, I forgot it the next day. And then I went back to it the next day, and it was in a bag. And it had accumulated juice, and it had set in that juice. So that's how I started.
It changed color too, right?
Yeah.
I see that it changed color. So
yes.
Pickle. Okay.
So that's how that part of it started. Wow. Because I was trying to hide it from her. So.
And then did you obviously you sampled it. You said it's red, but I'm gonna still eat it.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Because I know that it can turn red. Like if you look at yours right now, in the middle, it's probably a little bit red.
Yeah.
So and that's just from sitting, a few minutes or whatever. So
this is finger licking good.
It's definitely.
So. Did the 9-month-old love the red pickles?
Love them. Still love them to this day.
Wow.
She calls every day like, can you bring me a pickle?
How old is she now?
She's 6.
Wow. So from 9 months to 6 years old, you've had this business. What a crazy journey.
Yep. We actually opened our first, our location on her 5th birthday.
Wow.
So we had her birthday party and our grand opening at the same time.
Wow.
So she thinks she's just, the pickle princess.
Now, was entrepreneurship everything you imagined, or was there like I didn't know this part of the job?
I didn't know any part of it because I've always worked since I was 14 years old. So I was always kind of a hustler. Back in school, I used to put the sour belts in a bag and sell them at school.
Okay.
$1. Hey, so. And then at a point, we were selling pickles. We were selling, so.
You were selling pickles in school?
At school.
You were selling pickles and kids were buying it.
Buying it.
But not these.
Not these,
okay,
no.
Okay.
And like we would put like a little baggie with a little bit of sugar, a little bit of Kool-Aid in there. And, you get both. You get both. You just, pour it in there. But entrepreneurship it's a lot.
Yeah, a lot of people think that when you become an entrepreneur, I don't have to work as much. I'm going to be my own boss.
It's a 24/7. It's totally different from me working my 9 to 5. My 9 to 5, when I clock out and I go home, I ain't got to think about it no more.
And your checks are regularly.
Definitely.
When you're an entrepreneur, I always tell people, like, when you own a business, I always assume for every business I open, I don't really make my first check till year 3.
Yeah.
Because you're reinvesting and then you're fixing problems or challenges, I'd say, right? And then every time your customer gives you data I call data or like feedback. You're
Right.
like, well, why isn't it like this? You're like, that's brilliance. You know,
Like with us, with coming up with new flavors, we have over 21 flavors now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I saw. What are these other flavors?
So we have green apple and a spicy mango.
Spicy mango. How do you make it spicy? Yeah,
it's a secret.
Yeah, of course. I don't want you to tell us the secret. But spicy mango. Okay. Yes. I love mango. And then this flavor is what?
That's the spicy mango. The one you had was green apple.
Wow.
So green apple, tropical punch, and spicy mango are top sellers.
I feel like if there's a circus going on right now. Like if I went to that circus, like I would totally buy this.
Yeah.
Or if I went to a carnival, like this would be. It's like to go friendly. You can even probably if you're just on the go, you're like just throw a couple in the bag and let's go.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it lasts a while.
Oh yeah.
And it doesn't need to be cold.
It does not. Some people like them cold.
Yeah,
but some people don't. So we sell them like this. So it's your preference to go put it in the refrigerator. Some people put it in the freezer. They like them like yes.
Those people are smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so with that, now we make a slushie and we put pickles on top of our slushie.
Oh, at your store?
At the store.
Really?
Yes.
Really? So when people walk into your store, like, what does that experience look like?
They be like, especially if you're like a pickle fanatic, it's like, pickle heaven.
Yeah, the girl from Jersey Shore, I forgot, Snooki, wasn't she like a big pickle girl?
Yeah.
She probably would have
she
a
would
heart
love
attack
it,
in your store.
So we have like a wall of pickles, that's what we call it. So it's all of our jars, so different color pickles. So you just see all the pickles right there. Then you see like all the pouches. So you when you walk in there, you know you in a pickle store because you smell pickles.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's an experience.
Yeah,
definitely it's an experience.
And it's in Long Beach.
Yes.
And it's in Long Beach.
And we ship nationwide.
And you ship nationwide.
Yes.
So growing up, like, tell me a little bit more about your upbringing and your background.
So growing up, like you said, I'm straight out of Compton. It was me, my mom, and my two siblings. And we grew up like living in the back of my grandma's house, in the house behind her.
Like a ADU type
Yeah.
situation.
So, but my mom, she was like, she never allowed us to see her struggle. But you know how like you kind of like pick up on things.
Yeah.
Like she would get us what we needed, but she would go to the thrift store and buy her work clothes.
Oh,
Wow, yeah. So but I saw that even though she wasn't saying it like we saw that. So like I said, I knew I probably can get things from her, but I didn't want to kind of bother her with things. So that's when I started, selling the candy and, making my own money, or started going to work at 14, because I'm like, I just kind of want to lift the burden from her a little bit. So now
and it wasn't even a discussion. It was just
was never a discussion.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
wow.
And then with my brother, he's 5 years older, and I saw him, doing the same thing with, just trying to make it not on his own, but just trying to lift the burden from my mom, So and now it's like my mom is gonna be taken care of. Like for sure.
For sure?
For sure. Aww. We on the way of, Mom, here you go.
Oh, wow. Are you tearing up?
No, when I talk about my mom, I will tear up.
Okay,
but no, definitely. So, she just, and then like she tells everybody, she is so proud of us. Like, so proud. Wow. If you go on her Facebook or whatever.
Why is today a crying day? Don't get the waterworks started.
Right. I don't want to start either.
I'm sorry. No, I feel it coming. I'm trying.
No, but like she tells everybody. When I say she will come and get samples and give to people, like she let everybody know, my daughter got this business. Y'all need to go over there. Y'all need to support her. Y'all got to try it. Like she does that.
Wow.
She does that. She's so proud.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yep.
I think as a child, you're always like, I don't know, especially if your parents were poor, you're like, I can't wait till I blow up and I buy my mom a house and a car. I'm still working on that, Mom.
Yeah.
Hey. I'm about like a couple years away. I told my mom a car picked me up yesterday. She's like, you made it. I'm like, well, when I say that, it was like a black Escalade, but like it said my name on it.
Right.
She was like, you made it. You've arrived. I'm like, okay,
almost.
Okay, I want to be there, but I think as a kid, you're like, I want to say thank you to you.
No, definitely.
Especially when a parent is like really discreet about it, and it's like, it's an unspoken, you know?
Yeah, like I said, she never actually spoke that to us. She never ever we always had, you know, what we needed. She always cooked the meal for us and stuff like that. But I can see it, you know, especially as you get older. So it's like, okay, I'm not going to ask her for too much.
That's how I was, like all the kids in school, like, if you didn't have Nikes and Jordans, they, like, make fun of you, scrub. You're like, I know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they make fun of you, but you knew, like, if you went clothes shopping with your parents, like, they give you, like, I don't know, $25, $50, whatever it was. But, like, you don't say anything. You don't, like, you see the Nikes and the Jordans that would save you from bullying, but you're like, it's okay. Those Payless sneakers over there, this is fine.
Hey, I got some shoes on my feet, right?
Yeah. But
definitely.
I get that emotional, like, experience where it's like you get what your parents are going through. You know they're trying their best. But it's cool that it also inspired you to go out there and get your own money.
Definitely.
You know?
Yeah. Especially, like I said, as I got older, you know?
Yeah. So have you ever had any failed businesses?
This was my first business.
This is your first.
You first.
Killed it. You know how hard it is to surpass, like, the first year?
Yeah. Oh, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But when I say I was hustling, I would meet people wherever they were.
And you didn't have a day job or anything while you were doing this?
Not when I first started. I was actually out on disability.
Oh, okay. Because you just had a baby.
But yeah, exactly. So, and like I said, back then the pouches were $5 each. But I don't care if I had to drive. I'm coming to meet you. Whether if you buying a $5 pouch, or if you buying 4.
So when you first started this, you're like almost selling them out of your car / events.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I fucking love this story.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. So it didn't just happen. This is 6 years ago. So now 6 years forward, we have a food truck and a location. But no, back then I was popping up every single weekend, and whoever was having
you like
event,
show up to event? Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like football games, you're like, hey,
everything.
There it is.
Yes, everything.
And then what's your husband doing while all this madness is going on? He's like supporting you in the back.
Definitely supporting.
Now
he was right there.
Is he working to kind of buy you time till your business is fully off the ground?
When we first started, definitely he was.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now you're both full time.
Now we're both full time in it.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes.
And you guys get along? Because I had sisters on this show, and I don't understand where all these people that get along perfectly fine are from.
Oh, no. It has not always been a get along. I'm not even going to lie to you. Because it's been nights where it's like, I ain't cooking, I ain't cleaning, but guess what? I'm packing these pouches. I'm flavoring these pickles.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, I was doing that. So then as time went on, it was like, okay, let's see how we can do this.
Yeah.
Okay, I need you to label these pouches.
Yeah.
So then I can go in there and fry some chicken real quick.
Yeah.
And then I can come back to that. Then you going to seal these pouches while I go in here and get the baby together. So it's like we have to just kind of like, you know, work it out. But at first, it was like we was bumping heads.
Oh, for real?
Oh, yeah.
Now, I think it's interesting, and even on this show, I see so much different roles that the men play, and I really value that. And I value the men that appreciate their wives that are like, yeah, while I was creating the product, she was labeling her. In this case, you know, this is your baby, and he's coming on to support. And most men aren't willing to even kind of do that. Yeah. But he totally stepped up, and he, I guess, learn how to fry chicken every once in a while.
Oh yeah, now, yeah. So now we're like I said, 6 years later.
Yeah.
Because them first couple years was like, you know, but yeah. So now he helps. We both work at the store. We both work on the food truck. So we just have to put it together because we know now, like, this is it. Like, you know.
Now, I know since George Floyd, I feel like black-owned businesses have gotten an influx of support about damn time. It sucks that that's what it took to happen, and it sucks that it took the end of the world to actually acknowledge it, you know, for lack of a better word, COVID happened. Was it hard? I'm sure you had to get some type of funding, but was it hard to get that funding, I'm guessing, pre-George Floyd?
So actually, I have never got any funding, ever.
Oh my gosh.
Ever.
So how do you deal with the cash flow and all that?
So basically, when we hustle, we hustled and saved and invested, and we hustled and we saved and we reinvested. Yeah. We still hustling and saving and reinvesting right now.
Wow.
So like doing this franchise now, it's not cheap.
Yes.
You know, so it's like
Has anyone come along and said, "Oh, well, you could just borrow and skip steps 2 and 3," or is it you guys aren't comfortable taking that? Like,
I haven't even put it out there.
Wow.
Or tried to get anything, and it probably would be easier to skipping those steps to do it. But at the same time, I don't like owing people.
Oh yeah, I'm one of those people. I pay my bills like before they're due.
So it's just like, if push come to shove and it's like, okay, I need this. If we get to that point, then I can probably do those necessary steps. But God has been blessing where we've been able to just do it and reinvest and
So if someone wants to franchise, like when are they able to franchise if they wanted to do what?
Now.
Right now.
Right now. So we have some cities in the works right now, some states in the works right now.
Wow.
So right now they're able to.
That's crazy. Mm-hmm. Now, is it one of those things, and you don't have to answer this question, but I'm pretty sure anyone that wants to get into what a pickle franchise is going to be asking these questions. But like, is it one of those things where, like, I know with 7-Eleven, you don't fully own it. It's like you do splits. Or is there like a heavy capital up front and then a split? Like, I don't.
So there's a franchise fee that you pay up front, and then after that we get a royalty. So every month, but you fully own it, but you still have to, abide by having these flavors. All the guidelines. So so just so that all the franchises can look the same.
Yeah, of course.
Can offer the same. I don't want you to go to Atlanta or to Mississippi, and we have different things.
Now, is there like with McDonald's? There's like a McDonald's University. Is there like a What a Pickle University?
We have a thick book, and we offer all the training, everything from A to Z. Yeah,
that's
definitely
exciting. Now, for marketing purposes, have you ever thought about reaching out to the girl from Jersey Shore to like say, hey?
I'm starting to do that now, but I haven't really. So a lot of people now are kind of like reaching out to me, like, and are tagging people. Yeah. Like, no, y'all need to try What a Pickle.
I feel like Cardi would love this. Like, people like that would be like,
yeah, definitely,
sure.
Yeah. So yeah, but like I think to even to get it out there even more, doing things like that will definitely probably work. But I just haven't really had the time, to sit, look on Instagram, or, try to figure out how to get it to these people. So that's the only reason.
Now, how has COVID-19 impacted your business?
So we actually opened our store during COVID. People had money during COVID.
People had money during COVID, but they couldn't go to stores.
So with our hours, it's not a sit-down restaurant. So it was a takeout. So we were able to still be open. Yes.
But you wanted to pay the retail fee for that, like the store fee? Because that's an extra overhead versus like just kind of, I hate to say it, but slinging it out your house.
So actually we had our store prior to COVID, right?
Okay.
So we were still, doing all the construction and all that stuff. So we actually was doing that once COVID hit, but we still opened in November of 2021. Okay. So it was still during like, a prime time of COVID. But it was kind of hard because, like I said, I had no idea about the permits I needed. Yeah. And it was hard working with the city. Now that was hard during COVID.
What was the hardest part?
Because they wasn't open.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like we have to email. We have to wait. Yeah. So then it was like the contractor pull up the floor. Now we're waiting a couple weeks because nobody is contacting us back to finish it. So it just, it just delayed the process.
I didn't know the city was that involved in a retail like that.
Oh yeah, they are. Because ours is considered a limited restaurant. So I have to put a kitchen in there.
You had to put a kitchen?
Yes.
Do you need the kitchen now?
We have to, yeah, because we're slicing, we're flavoring and everything. So it's not like, we had to have. So when I got the building, it was just an office space. So I had to dig a floor. I had to do plumbing. That's
a big investment.
It was really big.
And you're self-funded.
Yes.
Off your own business.
Yes.
Let me just say, that's a big milestone.
Yeah.
That's a really big milestone. Yeah. I have, most of my businesses, the biggest problem is cash flow. Okay. Cash flow is my worst nightmare. I'm so used to cash flow. I have a fat-ass savings account. fat ass savings account. Because
I'm trying to get like
yeah, no, I have to, and I
Yeah.
can't even do the Roth IRAs or anything because my cash flow is so ridiculously horrible that I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna pay to unlock my money.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, definitely.
So I have no retirement funds. Fat
Yeah.
savings account, but there's no interest on
Yeah.
it. You know?
Yeah,
Because
but
cash flow's so bad, but
Yeah.
you're able to build a business. Like, there's one thing when you have a business, you know, running out of your garage, and you're like, okay, we're making it. But then you go, okay, I'm going to get a food truck. Okay, that's next level scary. And you're like,
Cash.
I'm going to fund this
yes.
off, say, the income that I made selling it out of events or out the trunk of my car, meeting up with people, or off Instagram, right? Then you go, you know what? Let me just add one more layer of hell to it. And let's just, I know we got these 2 babies, and we're frying chicken in the kitchen every other night, but we're going to go and open a store.
Yeah.
Like, at what part were you like, am I getting a little, there was no part of you that was like, I'm a little scared.
No, definitely. I was scared. But I think it was more or less like, I'm really stepping out and I'm about to do this. Only, so with the store, it was like, I knew how I was doing with dropping off down the street, around the corner, meeting here, meeting there. So I was like, if I have a central location for all these people to come, I know the cash flow is going to come even more, you know? So it was more or less like I needed to do that, you know? So I was like, okay, I done saved, let me do this. So then it was like, okay, now I want a food truck, you know? In my mind just be going, now I want a food truck.
And are you like, okay, if we hit this goal, we can get the food truck? Is that how you're, like, I want to know your mind process. Like, what are you thinking when you're like, honey, I know business is doing great and our profit margin is looking good.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, just let's reinvest one more time. Like, what is your thought process?
My husband, he just be like, okay. But at the same time, it's like, I'm like, look, because he's not really, he's involved with the business, but I do like all the business, the money, the everything.
Yeah.
So he see me selling, but he don't know how much money we got saved. He don't know how much, you know.
Okay.
So it was
like the CEO, the owner operator.
Yeah, everything. So I'm like, look.
You're the perfect person for this franchise building. Go on.
So I was like, look, we saved this much. I want to get this building. I already called, I already got approved, and I want to do it. So we did that, okay? We had the building a year before we even opened. So, you know, the first couple months, free, fine. But after that, you know, we're paying, and it's not even open.
And you're negotiating your lease terms.
Everything.
You didn't hire a consultant or anything.
No.
Wow. And then before you start your business, I'm just solely impressed by the fact that you had a 9-month-old, because I struggle with that, and you decide I'm going to start a business. But before that, like, what is your background work-wise? Like,
so I was doing logistics. So nothing with food, nothing, you know.
Logistics for what?
Like trucking. So
you were doing trucking logistics?
Yeah, so I was getting
way.
things like cleared from customs to come up. Yeah.
Okay.
From that.
Yeah, you're a boss. So now I get why you inspire so many women. Now, how do these women know your story, though?
So just from interviews, or like when people come in, the number one question is why and how. What made you start this business, you know? So, and then that leads into, you know, different things. So, you know, I kind of tell my story, and they just be like, wow, you know, nobody ever would think off Pickles, you know? So it's like, and I tell everybody, I don't care what it is. If it's your passion, then you better do it. Like, and you can do it.
Now, your baby was 9 months. I just became a mom, so I'm still fascinated by this. Now, I have a twin. And her kid is like in daycare, and they have the support. Me and my husband, not so much. So I'm trying to gauge how superhero level you are. Are we like, you know, kryptonite can't stop you? Did you have a little bit of babysitting help, or?
In the beginning, no.
So as your business grew,
oh yeah, definitely. I'm like, okay, I got to find a daycare. I got to put her in something, because it was kind of like, okay.
You're trucking little baby around.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Calm down. Let me just sell this pickle.
And that's exactly how it was. So I'm like, yeah. So after, you know, business picked up, I'm like, okay, I got to put her in daycare. But I'll only do it like half a day. I'm like, because she was so used to being with me. I'm like, okay, I'm putting her half a day and try to do all that I can within that half a day.
All I wanted to know was, like, you were selling pickles at one point with her in the backseat. That's all I wanted to know.
No, she was in the backseat, definitely. I have at events, I have videos of her, like, Pickles, get your pickles here.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I think I totally see why women see you as such an inspiration. To be a mom, opening a business, and surviving a pandemic, and scaling a business with no funding. That's incredible.
Yeah.
I know so many companies, and for lack of a better word, like I'd say like white companies that can't do what you're able to do.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely.
And I hate to say it like that, but like I don't know that many companies that have made it to the level that you have without funding. And and I feel like in the Black community, I come across more entrepreneurs that do it self-funding. And just so empowering.
I think we don't have like the necessary resources to know where to go get this funding or how to start the process of getting it. So, we like, what we do know how to do is hustle and save, or if you really want to, you can save. But some people, they can't even save. But I'm more of I'm going to save because I want to get this. I want to buy it cash. Like my food truck, I don't have a payment. I have 2 trucks. I have a smaller truck and I have a food truck. Both of them, no note. Both of them wrapped. Both of them, like,
I'm sure there's investors listening to this saying, "What a pickle! How can we invest in What a Pickle?" Well, now you're gonna have to franchise it.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I know I sucked the heck out of my pickle and choked. So, in a rating scale, now that I'm rating the dishes, I would rate this. I would say a 10. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm rating it a 10 and what I'm basing it off of. I'm basing it off of it's not necessarily a full meal, but it is like a fun, awesome snack. And I would rate it a 10 also because technically, if you can't make this at home, you can buy it. What a pickle!
Right.
So that's what makes this dish pretty amazing. So now I know where to get my What a Pickles. They're sweet if you're a sweet person, and if you just want to randomly stop by the store and pick up a pack of Now Laters. Can you get away with Starburst? Can you do Starburst with this? No.
I don't think so. I think it'll melt in there.
Yeah. Plus, I don't think the flavor is that strong.
Yeah. But Jolly Ranchers, it's hard.
You get my mind turning on what you could do with a pickle. But honestly, it's a pleasure to have What a Pickle in the building, Shontay. And it was a pleasure to experience this, and I'm so thankful that what you contribute to the community, and thanks for taking time out your day.
Thanks for having me.
To come on board. And for everyone, please, if you are curious how it tastes, go online. Can you buy this online and have it shipped?
Whatapickle.com.
Go online, DM her, and pick your flavor. She has 21 flavors of What a Pickle, and honestly, this is you got at least try it once. Obviously, you'll probably be hooked, but at least try it once and come join the experience with us. But thank you. Shout out to all my listeners.
Thank you.
Definitely try out the dish at home. Let me know what you think. Tell me if my rating was on point.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. And I'm going to finish my dish, and I ain't choking in front of y'all. Peace.